Yo, what's up everybody, it's TJM Dub, and I'm back at you again with another video. This time I'm showing you how to hook up subwoofers to your car. Alright, so I got two 12s, Boss Audio 1400 watt speakers here. I also got me a B-Box A-Trend enclosure box. Let me check out to the other side. And I have a Pyramid 1000 watt amp. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing you need is the three things I just said: the amp, the box, and the subwoofer, which is this right here. That's what you need. Now I like 212. I wanted two. I didn't want the 112. And I got all this off of Amazon for $179. Yeah, that's the best thing about Amazon. I got the box by itself for $40, and I got the two subwoofers for, I believe, I want to say 40 bucks each, and then the amp was 50 something. I don't know, altogether it came out to be like 170. I didn't spend 200, and I know I didn't spend lower than like 140, and it was between 150 and 170. But yeah, I got all that. I plan on updating it. I mean, it beats, but I want more. I think really all I need is another amp, because the amp I have, 1000 watts. The speakers are 1400. You know, as you see, it's 1400. So of course you need more. But for right now, I ain't gonna lie, it knocks. The way I got it set up, yeah, I'll get right into it. But yeah, that's all you need. And then the next thing you're gonna need is your speaker wire, your power wire, your ground wire, and your antenna. I think that's what they call that. Whatever, it makes it, what this blue wire does, it makes it to where, like, when your stereo cuts off, the everything cuts off, the amp, all that. The red wire is for when your car starts, it turns everything on. The ground wire, to be honest, I truly don't know what the ground wire does. I just know it makes it work. If you guys know what it does, leave a comment or whatever you got to do. Yeah, tell me what the ground wire does. I truly don't know. I just know it make it work. The speaker wires give off the audio, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, and RCA jacks. That's one thing you need too. RCA jacks. This right here, these right here make it play. That's all I can tell you. These make it play. Eventually what I am gonna do is I'm gonna take this amp right here and put it on my door speakers. I have kicker in my doors, so my door speakers are pretty damn loud. But I'm gonna take this amp and put it on my door speakers, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go buy me like a 3000 watt amp and put it on this. So it's all coming in due time. Right now I really ain't worried about it too much. My stuff is already loud. But, you know, if I would choose to go louder, I can. But I'm not really in a rush for it. But yeah, you need those RCA jacks. And I think that's it on that side. The rest of that is just how to tune it up and stuff. And then the next thing you need is a stereo. That's the next thing you need. And that's it. So the first thing you want to do is get your box. And some boxes already come with the speakers installed in there. That's some boxes. Mine didn't, so I had to get some screws. But mine didn't come with screws. It just came with the subwoofers, and that's it. So you get your box and you get your screws, and you just zip them in there and where they go in both sides, and then that's pretty much it. The next thing you want to do, which the next part is really like the hard part, is, well, take that back. Well, yeah, the next part is hooking up your wires to where they go. Now, how I did mine was, once I got the subwoofers inside the box, I just left it alone. Like, I just put the box to the side, and now I'm working from the trunk. I mean, not from the trunk, from the hood. And let me show y'all the hood part real quick. Pop it. Man, where's my hood at? All right. Let me show y'all this part. So this is what we do right here. You run this wire all the way up, all the way, it goes all the way under on the side of the car, all the way on the side. I ain't gonna pull up on carpet because that's too much work. All the way on the side until you get to basically what I just showed you, the back of the amp. So this red wire runs all the way down under the carpet, all the way up out of some carbon, something that you can drill a hole into, all the way up. Now all cars are different. Mine, I had to get up under my car and find it because Buicks are a little bit different. So I had to get up under my. Some of you guys are some older cars will be more a little bit. I think a little bit more easier. Newer cars, the battery is a little bit more, you know, everywhere else. But once you get that in, all you're gonna do is run it to wherever you got it, and then you're gonna basically screw it in there. The next thing you're gonna do is your antenna. You're gonna run the antenna all the way under the carpet. Everything goes under the carpet. Don't be lazy and just have it all scattered and just, you know, I mean, just do it professionally. If you ain't gonna pay nobody to do it, if you're gonna do it yourself, make it look professional. This right here looks professional. The reason why I kind of don't right now is because when I peeled the seat up, it kind of scooted out the wires. But all my wires, as you see, are, you know, taped together. That's how you want it. That's how professional people will do it. If you're gonna do it professionally. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing you're gonna do is, like I said, the blue wire. You're gonna run the blue wire all the way down to your stereo, which is that right there. You're gonna run it all the way down to your stereo. The next thing you're gonna do, and once you get it in there, it's in there. The next thing you're gonna do is your RCA cables. RCA cables, same thing. Go all the way down back to the stereo. So run our RCA cables back to the stereo. And then the next thing will be is the ground wire. The ground wire, I know the ground wire, you put it in here and you have to hook it up to something metal. That is one thing that you have to make it work. Mine, I can lift up my up under this box. It's a little piece where my tire will go, if I call it a flat, my tire will go up under this right here. Well, I have a little metal piece up under where it is sit up under this box, where I have the ground wire at. That's where my metal piece is. That's what makes this work. All right, and the box also keeps it held down because it's heavy already. All right, and once you got the RCA in, and all that good stuff, then basically you're kind of already ready to go. The next thing you got to do is speaker wire. I have my speaker wire here that runs from here all the way down to there, and I got my speaker wire that runs from here all the way down to the other side. That makes it work. Now, the way I got mine going, mine's is bridged. This amp is I think it's a 4 ohm amp. I got mine running as a 2 ohm. So I'm kind of putting my amp in the I'm putting it in the risk of blowing. But the good thing about this amp, it has a protect mode, which is right there where you see that power. It has protect. So like for example, when I first got this hooked in, I had the bass turned up max, and on my stereo I have a kind of different Sony stereo. My stereo has 2 bass knobs, so I got the subwoofer on my stereo, then I have the low, which is like the bass part, so I can turn both those up to like 0 or negative like 4, and I'm kind of putting my amp in the risk of blowing. But with this protect mode, what it'll do is once my amp gets hot or whatever, overheats, however one goes, it switches off and it goes protect mode. That's the good thing. So like when I first got it, I was bumping my music hard and, you know, loud and hard, and within like the first like 20 minutes of me playing music, you know, it turned off, and I thought it busted, you know, I thought it broke, but it didn't. It has that protect mode. So make sure when you get an amp, get it with protect mode. That's like good right there. Get protect mode. Possibly get one with a fan, or like me, I didn't have the money at the time to get like the correct wattage, you know, or whatever. But you know, when I get like a 3,000 watt amp, this thing will never turn off, because you know what I'm saying, it will turn off if I'm bumping like too hard or too loud, but the odds of it turning off is like really, really low. But this amp right here is too low for the subwoofers, you know. But what, you know, that's why I'm gonna put this on the door speakers when I get time, or when I get more money. When like I got money, I just don't feel like buying another one, to be honest, or feel like getting back into this. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need. And then now how I got these right here, these little prongs, that's something you really don't have to do. I just did that so I can bridge them together to make my amp a 2 ohm amp instead of a 4 ohm, so it'll beat harder. So then, you know what I'm saying, all you gotta do is just stick those together, twist them together, put them in there, and put the screws down, and basically just mount them down. Now if my amp would have kept cutting off like over time, like it can't go 2 ohm, it'll just keep cutting off, then I would have just took these out and put them back in and made a 4 ohm. It'll still beat, but it won't beat as hard as it is as 2 ohms. Now I'm gonna show y'all how it beat. All right, so after you got all that set up and stuff, and make sure you hook it up professionally. You know, don't be in a rush, don't be dragging ass, because then it won't sound like how you want it. And then put your seat back up. Well, I'm actually leave it down. That's one thing I also do. I also recommend you guys, if you have an amp like mine, that like it might possibly cut off. Mine has a little fan in there. The fan ain't always good. So what I do is, like, when if I'm playing music and it feel good outside, not too hot, like right now it's like the perfect weather outside. What I'll do is I'll just roll my windows down, let all the wind just blow into this amp, which I ain't gonna lie, don't cut off. So, you know, so I'll leave that down just because of that, my reasons for doing that. Look pretty good out here. Go ahead, so after you got all that hooked up, it's all set up, go ahead and close your trunk. Go ahead and shut your doors, shut your hood. All right, and just test it out. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna test it out. Scoot my seat back. All right, let me get my keys. Oh goodness, can't find my keys. All right. All right. And that's right there.
Holiday season. Mike
But yeah, man, that's about it. But yeah, what I normally do, I keep my bass on low. I didn't got to the point now. I didn't have my subwoofer for so long, to the point I really ain't trying to impress no more. You know, I keep my bass on low, but I keep my mids and my highs up. Like I said, I got kicker in here and my doors and my backs back there, and I keep that down, you know. But you know, right now, I mean, it beats, you know, it beats, but it just don't beat as if I had a 3000 watt amp like I'm gonna get. But you know, until then, I'm good with the 1000 watt. You know, people at school and people in my neighborhood tell me, man, I can hear your stuff way down the street, you know. And you know what I'm saying, it make me not even want to go buy sometimes, you know. People be telling me all the time, yeah, I can hear your stuff, you know, miles down. Your stuff is so loud. And that, my stuff been loud. It's these kickers in these doors. I got like the best kicker door speakers you can find, but I don't have kicker in my trunk. That's because I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I didn't buy the door speakers. My dad bought the door speakers and we hooked them up together. But that's about it, you guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and yeah, man, I'll holler at Charlie later. Peace.